Hey guys, happy Tuesday. It's Talkie Tuesday here. I am Dori Patrick. I am a mixed media artist working out of my home studio here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And I try to check in every Tuesday to just talk shop, say hi, share little tidbits of the creative life. And here I am. Welcome to my studio. How have you guys been? I hope you're all doing well. I mean, August is flying by, isn't it? I can't believe it. I mean, time is flying by. I know I say that every time, but it is. We have had, let's see, since I saw you last, we have had really, really busy days. At the end of last week, we got my mom moved into her new little digs. She's got a sweet little apartment. And let's see, that was Friday. We got the U-Haul truck and got her all moved. And it's good. It's really good to have her in that spot. Sorry, I'm gonna straighten this just a little. There we go. Yeah, so, I mean, we were pretty lucky. We got, I mean, it was warm. It was hot towards the end of the day, but we had good weather and we're able to get most everything moved. She is really, really busy going through stuff. I think we all realized she needed to probably downsize a little more than we thought. And so she's working on that. Hopefully she's not annoyed that I'm sharing that. Hi, Mom. I mean, you know, us creative types, we get a lot of stuff. But she is getting set up and has this wonderful little creative space in the front of her apartment that she's getting set up, and she'll be able to look out the window out into the treetops and do her sewing and her other creative work. So we're pretty excited about that. So that was a big accomplishment, and we have just been working on little things around the house, really. I finally got the lawn mowed yesterday that had been putting off, and this morning I did some weeding, which also was long overdue, and little Callie Mae Butterbean joined me while I weeded and helped me. And by help, I mean she brought me a ball so I could throw the ball in between weed pulls. So that's kind of how we do that. But yeah, so there has been zero time for creative stuff. But it's okay. It's all stuff that is good and, needs to happen. I've been getting caught up on some paperwork. I'm going to be doing some more filming later this afternoon for some online teaching that I'm doing. And, yeah, I mean, there's just never a dull moment. There's always something to do. But anyway, not complaining. So this week is more the same, just kind of chipping away, getting organized. I'll probably go to Mom's. I think we have a date for Thursday morning. I'm going to go back over there and take away any Goodwill items that she has, and we'll just, I think, finish things up on Thursday with getting things over to her apartment. Anyway, yeah. And then we are getting ready to travel. Hubby and I are going to go take a few days in Chicago next week for fun. What? Yeah. We're actually going to go somewhere and not pack up art. We're just going to go have fun. We've got a concert and some other just fun and relaxing things. I don't even know what the weather's supposed to be like there, but it doesn't even matter. We're just excited to get out of Dodge for a little while. So that's what's happening around here. yeah, really nothing big. The studio feels kind of a little bit of a mess. I've got a few little things up in the air right now that I'm working on. But one thing I wanted to share, I meant to share this last week, and I forgot, I got distracted, was I made a little tweak in the studio, and I was going to show it to you and just talk about it for a moment. So I'm just going to turn my camera a little bit, and I think you can kind of see. So this little area here, this is inside my windows that are on the south side of the house. And what I had there before when I first did my studio reorg was a cute little shelf thing, and I had plants and little knickknacks and things on it. And it didn't take me too long to realize that while that was very cute, and I did enjoy it for a little while, but I had to face the fact that this is a utilitarian space. I mean, we do cute in here for sure. There's a lot of stuff in here that I have hanging up that inspires me, and I love being surrounded by things I love and colors I love, but that little plant stand was not working out there. And I had a lot of stuff. You can't really see it, but down below here is my work table. And so all of this stuff, these are my day-to-day, I grab this stuff every day when I'm working, was all on this work table. And it was really keeping me from diving into big pieces, for one thing. And I found also when I wanted to lift these blinds or close these blinds, I was doing it very carefully around the plants, and I just realized that they had to go. I mean not get rid of them, I just mean move them. So I did that little tweak, and hopefully you can kind of see, whoops, that's sort of in the way. So there's my pencils and pens, markers and such. And I haven't, this is a little unattractive, the cords and stuff, but for right now, this works for me. This is a plugged in pencil sharpener and a plugged in heat gun that I can then grab. And because it's on the extension cord, I can bring it over to my tabletop. It's plugged in, it's ready to go, I can use it. That is really important to me. I sharpen a lot of pencils and I use that heat gun a lot. So I'm keeping those there, plugged in, easy to grab. I also have my paint pens, which you know I love. And then back here are my water-soluble crayons. There's some drawing tools and oil pastels, and then paint brushes on the end. This may change a little bit. Sorry, I've got a loose hair. It's itching me. But for the most part, these are all my basics that I need to be able to grab easily, find easily, and use in my work. And I love just having this on this flat surface, open containers, easy for me to grab. I need to see it to use it, is kind of how I am. And I know that that's not real thrilling or real interesting to look at, but I guess the point that I'm trying to make, and I'm encouraging you to look at in your own space, is your workspace is your workspace. Don't worry about keeping it cute or making it attractive for other people. It needs to work for you. So arrange it in a way that makes it efficient for you to get your work done. Period. The end. And my plants are very cute and very darling, and they are being cute and darling in a kitchen window instead, because I just needed to not fuss around them, and I'm really so glad to have this extra tabletop space. So that's my little soapbox speech. And then next up, I wanted to come back to a product I talked about last week. So last week, if you saw my supply haul, you know that I got a small shipment of paints and a couple of mediums from Nova Color in California. And I wanted to give you an update on the texture paste. My go-to texture paste has always been the Liquitex modeling paste. I put this on just about everything that I work on. Wood, canvas, sometimes even paper. It just kind of depends. I love putting this on journal covers. It gives it a fun plastery feel. So I was curious about Nova Color's texture paste, and I did a little experiment with them, and I'm here to tell you it is also good stuff. The difference between these two I found was not really significant, but this one is a little softer, takes a little longer to dry, and doesn't quite have the stiff, tall peaks that you can get with this one. Now, with that being said, that didn't bother me a whole lot. I would say probably Liquitex is still going to be my favorite, but this is a pretty close second for me, and I'm still going to use this one up. It's softer. It's a little more buttery. The Liquitex is a little grittier. Does that make sense? So very pleased. Very pleased. And I haven't dug into the matte gel yet to give you a report on it, because I just need to use up my other matte gels first before I open it. But I would say that texture paste was a good buy. I can't remember how much it was, but they are very affordable and very competitive with some of the other name brands. So check them out. Yeah, Nova Color texture pastes. So very happy with that. So the other thing I was gonna show you is, I think I was like really excited and probably quite loud last week because I had just come home from an outing with my friend Gay, who always gets me jazzed up. Like, being around her is like this little shot in the arm for me. And we sort of feed off of each other with creative ideas. And we love, every once in a while when she's back in town, we'll go do our little outing of going to the Create Exchange, which you've heard me talk about before. It's this wonderful small business where folks bring craft and sewing and art supplies that they no longer need. They get a store credit for whatever they bring in, and then Create Exchange resells that stuff at really great prices. It's not like garage sale prices, but it's nowhere near as expensive as if you were nowhere near as expensive as like a fabric store or craft store. The inventory is always changing, and it's always fun. And if you're a mixed media artist like me, I can't really spit my words out today. If you're a mixed media artist like me, there are just like a lot of goodies in this place. So I'm going to try to keep this fairly quick so that I don't bore you too much, and I can also get on with my day. But first, let's look. Okay, so I'm going to try to do kind of my boring ones first. So thread. There was always a really great assortment of thread there. I can tell that these are kind of old, but they still have their plastic around them. And when I'm looking at older thread, I look for discoloration. And that can kind of give you a hint that it might be a little light damaged or might be a little weaker or something. So I just kind of avoid discolored thread. These all looked good to me. I go through tons of light colored thread when I do my prayer flags and my banners, because it just doesn't interfere with whatever I'm stitching down. So I got some thread. I also got a little thing of twine. I always keep lots of different twines on hand. These are great for stringing those banners together. My little fabric, my little word banners that I make, I use that. So, and this is a fun green that I will definitely use. The paint selection varies every time I'm in there. Sometimes I find paint, sometimes I don't. This time I was in, someone had dropped off some of this, I think you call it Mondo Llama, and it's Target. It's the Target acrylic paints, and this one is sort of a, well, they're calling it Snow Flurry. It's a satin finish. You know, not totally necessary, but I've used these paints, so I'm familiar with them, so I grabbed it because it's pretty much full. I don't think it even has been used. So excited about that. And then let's move on to papers. Oh my gosh. They have, yeah, so scrapbookers, you would love this place. I mean, it's overwhelming, the amount of paper products, stamps, inks, washi tapes, embellishments, all kinds of stuff. I try to just kind of go through a couple bins, see if there's something good, and then I'm good, because paper can get really overwhelming really fast. But I found this little bin in there that had this little assortment. Hopefully you can see that okay. Of just these little bits of gorgeous, this one has like a little shine on it. I don't know if you can see that. Ephemera. And I think I mentioned last week, like, I just love smaller pieces of fabric. Fabric and paper. I don't like committing to big sheets of paper. And this was a bin just full of these random, beautiful, a lot of these are handmade. So I was excited about that. And I also found a package of, this is kind of old. I don't know how old, but you can just tell by the packaging that it's kind of old, but it's construction paper, and it's this peachy color, and I love the feel of it, and so I will use this as is, and I will also use this for painting and making collage fodder on top of that paper. And then I also grabbed an assorted, I just grabbed this bunch. I can always use colored paper for either painting collage material. Sometimes I just collage straight up with the color that I have. And I also love it for just writing little notes to my customers when I have an Etsy order. So I can always use colored paper. I also found a bunch of buttons. I mean, it was like the button mother load. Ooh. A bag of like all these, all these different colors. Grouped, I mean, they're already like organized for me and everything. They're fabulous. I use these for all kinds of stuff. I stitch them on my dollies. I put them with beads on beaded items. Can never have too many colorful buttons. And I was actually getting low on buttons, so that was a really big find. I also got a bag of confetti and sequins. Those of you who know me know I'm a confetti freak. I don't know why. I love it. I put this in little thank you bags for with my Etsy orders when I ship out orders. I annoy my friends sometimes and put them in cards when I'm mailing them a card. They love it, I'm sure. Yeah, so like a big bag of sequins and confetti, I'll take that. I also got some beads. I'm really into beading again. And let me just show you something real quick, a little off topic. Okay. You remember a while back, I was working on the Stitched Sacred Shrines. That was a class by Kelly Mae Krentz. Well, I finished stitching up my second shrine, and I hope you can, I don't know if you can see that very well, but This one's all done. I just got the edges all stitched up, and I'm thinking about, this is her pattern, this is her shape, but I have come up with a few of my own patterns and shapes that I'm kind of anxious to get to. So this is a combination of sewing with the sewing machine and also hand stitching and hand beading. And I've been kind of racking my brain about what to put behind them, what to put in the little opening that really makes it mine. And I think I have decided I'm going to try to do some little girls in the window. So you can't see that very well probably, but I sketched out a little angel, and she's going to get painted and then put in the little shrine. But I kind of got other stuff to do. I really want to sit down and do that, but she's going to have to wait. And I'm excited to show you some other pattern shapes that I came up with for those. So my beading has been evolving, and I've been wanting to collect more colors and sizes, and so I found a lot. Aren't those pretty? They're kind of a pearly lilac. These are a little bigger. They're sort of a pinky coral pearls, different sizes. Yeah, I use beads for those projects, but I also use them on wires when I'm doing little crafty things. These are super fun. They're kind of they're like those old Christmas ornaments from the 60s that have the shiny thread wrapped around them. Do you remember those? So that was a good find. And then these aren't really, well, some of these are beads, but there are also some kind of random wood pieces that I'm adding to my collection. These beads are super fun. Those will be fun to paint. I plan to paint these, or maybe even wood burn them. I'm not sure, but these little wheels I thought would be really handy to have for some assemblages. I have some ideas. We'll see. Gotta have them on hand. So there's no shortage also of fabric at Create Exchange, and I try to not get too carried away. I just try to get things I just know I can really use right now. And there are a lot of little swatches of beautiful laces, and this one in particular I think is gorgeous. This is the kind of lace you can really cut up easily, and it's not going to fray too much. So there's a lot of possibility there. I could even stamp that into paint and do a little texture print with that. Yeah, I mean, I probably won't bore you with all of these, but there's this one I've had before. I was happy to find some more. This little dotted tulle is really fun for layering. And Gay and I both snagged a piece of this black lace. Yeah, love that. Oh, and this sweet little thing. I don't know what I'll do with it yet, but it's this little embroidered, I think that's a little peacock, and I think this is the little peacock tail. So, yeah, I mean, you just never know. There's just all these fun little treasures there. I also collect some heavier fabrics, which I use in my little dollies. I like a strong backing on them. It just kind of makes them a little more sturdy. So I found this upholstery fabric in this nice green that's nice and sturdy. And this one I really love. It's so, I don't know. It's kind of kooky and kind of cute. I don't even know what decade this would be from. But it looks like for a while maybe it was a curtain or somebody, but it's really sturdy. It's this real heavy cotton. Even feels like it has a little linen in it, but this will be great to stitch onto dolls. or whatever. Got some corduroy scraps. This is an upholstery fabric. It's a little lighter, but I just loved that circle pattern. Really fun. And these little embellishments, I think Gay got some of these too. They're little flowers, so you can stitch those on by putting like a little bead or a sequin in the middle to hold them in place. Those will be really fun. And I found these quirky little things. Oh, felt. I always need felt. And then these little quirky things. They're plastic. And, oopsie, let's see if I can do this right. They're plastic and they have a little hole in the middle so you could secure it to something with, you know, a bead or something there that will hold it in place. I just think those would be really fun on a shrine or even stitched on a doll. Yeah. So that's my haul from Create Exchange. And for those of you who are in this area, if you're in the eastern Iowa area and can make the trip, it's so worth it. I will try to put a link to their shop, their Facebook page in the show notes. Definitely, and they're great people. They're so worth supporting. They just do good work. And I mean, anytime we can recycle and reuse, that's really important. So yeah, and we just had such a fun day. After that, we went to lunch, and you know, they're just those people that rejuvenate you. And she's one of those people. So I guess that's my other, if I was going to get back up on that soapbox, I would tell you, go find your friend that gets you jazzed and gets you rejuvenated, and make plans. Get together soon. Well, whew, that was a lot of talking. Oh my gosh, and we've been here almost a half hour, so I am going to let you go and get to filming my online class stuff, which there are 2 things currently happening with me being an online teacher, and I will link you to those in the show notes as well. So well, 3 things. What am I saying? I am part of Art is Magic Online. I am part of Willowing Arts, the Life Book course, which is a year-long art journaling course where you have a different artist, couple of different projects every month. And then, of course, Fodder School, which you've heard me talk about recently, where we create collage fodder and then do fun projects to use up our fodder. And that has been super fun too. So it has been busy around here, you guys. But it's good. It's a good kind of busy. I'm feeling like really grateful, and it's just helped me meet so many of you, which I love too. So wishing you a wonderful day, a great rest of the week. It's beautiful here in Iowa, so I'm hoping to get out and enjoy some of this weather. I hope it's beautiful where you are. There will be no Talkie Tuesday next week because we'll be traveling, but I will do my best to take some photos and hopefully share them with you the following week. But take care and be well, and I'll see you soon.